Hello everybody, welcome back to this episode. This episode is going to be on encrypted traffic and monitoring just like network traffic in general, as well as trying to pull passwords and emails from login pages. So a little bit about network traffic is there's a header, there's a payload, which is the actual content, and then there's a footer. The header contains the IP addresses that go out to where the packet's meant to go, and the footer isn't really necessary for this part, but the payload is. The payload is any content that is getting sent over to this IP address, whether that be a web server or another user. That can be really important because there can be a lot of information that can be valuable to attackers. So what we're going to do is we're going to load up Wireshark. Wireshark is a network monitoring tool that allows you to monitor packets. Now once this is loaded up, we can then start monitoring network traffic. And this is important because we have a login page, and one of them is encrypted and one of them is not, and I'm going to show you the difference between them and why you should why you should never put in sensitive information into a page that is unencrypted, because the network traffic won't be encrypted. So if it's HTTP, you don't put sensitive information in. If it's HTTPS, then it's encrypted. I'll show you what I mean now. So if we go to my VPN, right, we should see network traffic soon. I mean, like if I reload the page maybe. Yep, there we go, so now it's populated. What we want to do now is, let's say we log in, so this is just some dry data. This isn't actually this is for test purposes. Okay, so it says wrong credentials, but if we go over to here, go down, right click on one of the packets, go down to follow, TCP stream. As you can see, it says Cameron, and then %40 is just hex code for the @ symbol. So Cameron172@gmail.com, and the password is test password, and it was a login approach. So this here, this is the payload. This is what is getting sent from my IP address to the other IP address. Obviously, I am inside a virtual machine, and I've also spoofed my IP address, so it's not actually my IP address, but it's for security purposes. So when I put this course out on Udemy or wherever it goes to, people just don't get my IP address and then they can target me. It's all been spoofed, so I've cloned my IP address. But yeah, so here is the payload. Tells you a little bit about it. So there's an Apache server running, which is the login page. A bit about timeouts. As you can see here, there is a bit of encoding. I would imagine this was for the footer. But yeah, in the header, you can see it's post, so it's actually making a request. Oh, well, it's actually, yeah. Using 1.1 HTTP. HTTP is unencrypted. You can see the host here. This is the host of the web server that is running Apache. So yeah, if we was to, let me just stop that, start it again. And instead we was going to go to this one here, which is encrypted. We'll get a different response. So it looks like the same page and everything, however this is using HTTPS, which is secure. So try to log in now. Regardless if it's wrong credentials, it still gets sent over. So we right click, follow, TCP stream. As you can see, the output or the transmitted data in packets has been encrypted. As you can see, it is literally unreadable. Yeah, you can't pull any information from this really. It's been completely encrypted. I would imagine roughly here would be where the payload is. This is the header, and then this is probably the footer down here. But there's no way for me to know because it's completely encrypted. So from this episode, you should understand that you should never put in sensitive information into a HTTP website, only in HTTPS, because the S stands for secure, and secure means your traffic and all your packets that are getting sent over to the web server are encrypted, so no attacker can listen in like what I'm doing now to try to get your email and password. And that's from a security point of view. From an attacker point of view, you now know what could be vulnerable if you do conduct a web app pen test. You would see HTTP, and you'll see if you can try to monitor network traffic over and try to capture some of the packets in the TCP stream. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode.